Hi there, my name's Angus from AngusDriving.co.uk. I'm a driving instructor, and today we're going to have a look at a test route in Peebles. I'm going to sort of drive it, see what common mistakes people could make on the test route, and if you're doing your lessons in Peebles and I'm going to sit your test in Peebles, it should make sense and sort of just refresh things in your mind so that on the day you're giving yourself the best chance. So currently we're sitting at near the police station, and the test centre's in front of me at the moment. It's that building at the end of the car park there. On the day you'll come down, you'll go in there, you'll meet your examiner at your selected time that your test's at. You'll then walk out, you'll read a registration plate, probably one of the cars parked in the car park, lead your way to the car, jump in, and the examiner will then sort of run through the test with you. They're going to ask you two show me tell me questions about the car, which you'll find on my website, the possible questions they might ask you. And yeah, just be up on them so that it's a nice sort of start for the test for you. Once you're in the car, the examiner is going to explain to you that during the test you're going to follow the road ahead at all times unless they tell you to turn left and right, or signs tell you otherwise. So yeah, you'll do one manoeuvre, you may do an emergency stop, and you'll do about 10 minutes of independent driving. So we're going to give it a go, just sort of drive around a route they might do, common things in Peebles that sort of pop up, just so that you're completely sort of, feeling quite relaxed about it and you can give it the best shot on the day. So when we're ready, we're going to continue on. So in first gear here, I've got my bike, I'm quite checking my mirrors here. I'm going to have a good look on my right shoulder, especially because the road curves around here, just so I can see that no one's coming in there to the car park. There's people around, so I'm going to put a wee signal on, and off I go. So I'm following round here, cancel the signal, because the road continues to curve round there. If I don't cancel that signal, then that signal's just going to stay on all the way round. As I leave the car park here, and the sort of wee roundabout thing here, I'm going to be turning right, okay? So I'm still going to make sure that I get no further in the middle of the road. So I'm doing mirrors and signal. There's a line on the middle of the road there, just a sort of tar line. I'm going to make sure I stay to the left of it. And so sort of keeping that position there, that if somebody does come along to turn in, there's enough room. Some people go a wee bit diagonal there and can sort of block it, so that if somebody then did come in, they're going to be in the way. So it's all okay, so continue on. Looking on the road there, I can see 20 miles an hour written on the road, on the circle, so it's a 20 miles an hour limit. I'm staying off the cars as I'm coming along here. There's a car coming towards us, so I'm checking interior and left. I'm easing on the first light, and I'm going a wee bit closer to the cars, because they are my problem. I'm turning right into this road coming up, so I'm doing my mirrors and signal. Looking through there to see if anyone's coming. There's a Land Rover's a turn in here, so I'm ready that I'm going to go, when the line goes on, they're going to steer. I'm going to keep the steering on just so I go past this Land Rover out. If there was something coming through there, I'd wait back behind the Land Rover there so that they could come through. As I continue down here, I can see a car door open. There's a car coming towards us. I'm checking interior and left, it's gone off. So I'm now checking interior and right as I come back out. I'm ready. I can see the person sort of not concentrating on me, they're sort of hanging into the car, so I'm just coming through slowly, just in case they step back or something. Just following this road down. I'm going to take the road on the right coming up. So as I come down here and do interior and right, signalling right. There's no white lines, but there's a tar line in the middle of the road, so I'm getting neat with that, but not over it. I'm looking into there and I can see it all looks okay. This guy with dogs, he's sort of stepping, he's going the other way, so I'm all okay. Looked like he might have stepped towards me there. If so, you might have to just stop if you're unsure. So I'm continuing down here. So as I came in there was parked cars on my side. So what I was checking was, as well as sort of looking at the guy there that had the dogs, I was checking that there was nobody coming out of this road, because if there was, I'm going to have to wait till they come out, because I'm not going to have enough space for me to come in. So I was taking my time here and turning right at the end here. Just following my way out. Now the examiner might tell you to find a suitable place to pull up and stop, so that's what I'm going to do, is check my mirrors and signal and just pull myself in, so I'm nice and neat with the curb here. I'm going to glance at my door mirrors to check that the position is nice and neat and parallel, and it is. So I come to a stop, handbrake on, into neutral, cancel my signal. So in the test you're going to get pulled up quite a number of times, and you're going to just be able to tell you just to find a suitable place to pull up and stop. So you're stopping as if you were parking the car, so not over a driveway, not opposite a junction, not on a bus stop, not sort of on the brow of a hill, anything like that. It's not a trick question when they ask you to do it, so yeah, there will be a space and you can sort of select it. If there was just driveways and they weren't worried about the driveways, the examiner would say, on this occasion, don't worry about the driveways. So yeah, don't worry about them. Once you've stopped, they may give you instructions as to what you're doing next, or they might just say, drive on when you're ready. So yeah, in this case, we said drive on when you're ready. So we get ourselves ready, got my bike, checked the mirrors, it's all looking okay. I'm going to quick check round, it's looking good, and I'm going to put a signal on and leave. So So make sure you check that right blind spot before you pull away, because they're looking for that. You're going to demonstrate. The road just goes round to the left here. I can see the sort of van and stuff on the other side of the road, meaning that cars coming towards it are going to be in the middle. So I'm going to just make sure that I'm coming around at a speed that if some big vehicle comes around there, that I can sort of deal with it. At the end of the road, we're going to turn left, making sure not to signal too early because of that road on the left. So I'm doing my mirrors and signal on left. It's quite a tight curb there, so I'm just leaving myself a little channel between me and the curb, so I've got some manoeuvring room. Edging forwards, it's really hard to see. Now when my knees are at the front of the junction here at the line, I'm going to start to steer so that I start to stay on my side of the road. I'm going to take in the road on the right, so my mirrors and signal to the right. No one's coming towards me, and the sense that it goes underneath my door mirror, spinning it in, and that'll take me in nice and neatly. Just following this road along. Quite a tight wee road this, so if you focus on the curb, that should keep you in position. You can see again the way the road's been surfaced, you've got a tar line, like a split in the road going up the road there. So I'm making sure I don't go over 20, so I'm just in second gear as I go along here, just so I don't go too quickly. Looking at this guy, he could step out, so I'm just checking my mirrors, just keeping a line off him. At the end of the road, I'd like to turn left, but we've got this junction into Tesco, so I don't want to signal too early. When I'm in the middle of the junction, I can signal, so the interior mirror left or mirror signal left. So I'm focusing on the curb there, it loops round to the left, so I'm just going to follow around with it. You can see that solid line with a hatched area inside it, so we're not going to go into it. I'm going to treat that like a curb and just sort of follow around with it, but don't go into it. So that's just to sort of calm the traffic, just so you don't take a sort of too wide and too tight line. The van's coming through, so I'm going to sort of